Actually, I think it's breathtaking. Today is the third round of VLN Nürburgring Endurance Championship, and after many requests, I'm gonna show you how to get to the most sweet spots of the Nürburgring, the best viewing spots. And since racing and checking out races is best done with your friends, I'll be joined today by Smokey Ray. Without Smokey, yeah. Ta-dum. Yeah, so anyway, we're going to show you how to get to those spots. You're gonna check. You can also check out the description of the video where I'm gonna put the GPS coordinates for Google Maps and so on. So first, what's your favorite spot?
Between Bridge and Gantry, somewhere around.
Somewhere around, exactly, because the Nürburgring is just, we cannot pick. It's everything is so amazing. So first, let's get to the most convenient spot to explain, which is T13. We are right now on the main street of Nürburg. You can see the castles over there, Apex is over here. Over there is the BMW test center, and that's the main road. And over there is the small road that very few people know about, and that leads to T13. But let's get in the car and we will show you how to get there.
Bad camera guy. Bad camera guy.
No, it's okay. So like I told you, the main street is going there, and here we turn to the right, to the side road.
Hitting the apex.
Hitting the apex. And actually, just a small Easter egg, on the left is the BMW M Test Center, and you can actually peek through the gate and spot some new models. Today it's not really occupied. But we're going to T13. We already can see the car in front of us, the 1 Series BMW pulling in into the driveway of T13. It's also marked 43. I don't know why 43, because it's T13 where we're going to.
I actually don't know what these signs mean, actually. It's 43 and everything on it.
Yeah, maybe like something like parking or something. Yeah, as you can see, you cannot go here with a race car or stance car, because you have to overcome a small piece of off-roading.
Which is also fun.
It is, absolutely. And then you will be granted with an amazing view of one of the slowest corners of the Nürburgring. So let us quickly park and show you what's it all about.
Toilets.
That's very important, but what's also very important, as you may know from my vlog by now, food. And look at that. Get some fries, get some bratwurst, and then head over here, check out the amazing race. This is in fact the spot that's where I filmed the intro shot from here. I was standing right over there, but as you can see, a lot of spectators can just hang out here. And the most beautiful part, you could also see that we didn't pay any tickets, well, although I have media accreditation, but you can just come here for free, because the best things in life are for free. And Nürburgring is the best thing in life as well. And now, if you continue walking to the way where all the cars are going, you come out at Hatzenbach, also one of my most favorite viewing spots. I'll try not to get run over by a car, and you will see in a bit why. Yep, and since the track is round, the access to T13 or Hatzenbach can go from both ways, from the one that we showed you earlier, or here, this parking lot, which is usually quite full around this time of the day, but I saw some spots. You also see that the bus is dropping off spectators.
There is the actual track there.
Yep. That's the actual track, the Quillebacher. So this is the parking spot if you want to go to the Quillebacher, to Flugplatz, to Hatzenbach, to Hocheichen, which I very cherish and favorite as my most favorite spot to spot the Nürburgring prototypes that you probably know from my videos. Again,
I thought your favorite spot was Mini-Karussell.
no, that's my favorite spot to crash.
Ah.
The only spot to crash up until this point. The Misha carousel.
I actually call this corner now Misha Links.
Misha Links.
Yes.
Who calls it you?
Yeah, me.
Oh.
Yeah. People love it.
First, after walking uphill, you will arrive at Hocheichen, which is my most favorite spot to do prototype car spotting, because all those cars are getting very close to the window where the guys are standing. And then once you start walking more down the road, you will arrive at Hatzenbach, where we were previously. As you can see, this part of the track offers very good visibility over the whole track, well, over a big portion of the track. The next viewing spot that we're going to show you is the Mini-Karussell, and the best way to explain it, so in front of us we have the tourist foreign entry, but we're going actually to the left or to the right once you exit the TF car park. Usually you take that way if you want to go refill at ED at Reti, but you continue going straight up until the T intersection. And alternatively, you could also enter the Nürburgring TF car park and watch some of the race from the upstairs of Devil's Diner. And while you're at Devil's Diner, you might as well get some cold drinks. So you come to the T intersection, and as I told you, usually to the right you go to the gas station, to the left you can go to Adenauer, but also in this case to the Mini-Karussell, and then you turn right over here. And as you can see, the way is actually blocked off, but you could usually park on the left side. So a small parking spot on the right, hopefully there is still some spots, and we have to walk all the way uphill.
Bear in mind, I hate walking.
Yes.
So this is now my least favorite spot.
And once you're done climbing, you need to turn left and go a small piece through the forest to reach the Mini-Karussell. And over that straight is the first part of entering the main street. So it's not really a spectator zone because you can see marshals are there. But let me show you how it looks like when the cars are entering the main street. Hallo. So the main street is even locked down from the media. So there's only one thing left. Let's continue through the forest to the Mini-Karussell. And after walking through the forest, you will arrive at the marshal post 186 or Galgenkopf, how this section is called, which is also a pretty nice spectator spot. And after a bit of more walking, you'll be rewarded with a view over the Mini-Karussell, or how some people call it already, the Misha carousel, because I had a small moment earlier this year. But let's have a closer look. As you can see, alternatively you can also go to the other side, but this is something probably for next video.
Coming into Breitscheid.
Yep, we can get some currywurst in a cockpit cafe bistro.
Yep, currywurst is here, and then left next to the currywurst place is Opa Strak, 90-year-old dude who will cook you a nice schnitzel.
Yeah.
And if you want Italian food, that's on the left.
Yes, what we're probably gonna use as the parking spot.
Yep.
Remember that people always say, oh, motorsport's not a real sport and everything, it's just some dude sitting in a car turning the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a motorsport fan, especially at the Nürburgring,
Yeah.
we have stairs.
Okay, let's
This is
climb them.
sport.
And there is one more. But after, you'll be granted with amazing view all the way from Weerseifen to Breitscheid into Exmühle. And if you continue walking in the opposite direction, you will come out at Weerseifen, the slowest corner of the track, together with T13, and also very spectacular one for a reason. And the reason for this is the cars are coming in with a very high speed into Spiegelkurve and then miss and probably doing like what, close to 200 kilometers an hour before hitting the GT3 cars 200 kilometers an hour before hitting the first braking point and optionally the second braking point into Weerseifen. As you can see, it's a very narrow piece of the track, so whenever someone tries to overtake, well, he'll be definitely not the first one to cause a crash. And let's have a look more up close from there, how it looks like. You see how tricky that is? And how narrow? You can barely fit 2 cars in here. That was very tricky. And the next viewing spot, not far away from Breitscheid and Weerseifen, is Adenauer Forst, from which you can also access fairly easy the Foxhole, my most favorite section on the track, and Schwedenkreuz as well. The only problem is, like with all the other locations, you probably have to park somewhere here or next to here.
Because the barrier is indeed closed.
Because the barrier is closed and you have to walk quite a while.
Yes, it's again a very sporty thing to do actually.
Yeah, but if you want to train your butt or that one of your girlfriends, then it's...
Like that one?
Yeah, then it's...
They're not coming to watch violin, they're just coming for a workout.
Yep. And after a pretty long climb, you will be not only rewarded with trained butt, sweaty face, but most importantly, with a pretty nice view over Adenauer Forst, which is also a fairly famous YouTube corner, because during Touristenfahren, yeah, that's better. During Touristenfahren, the public search in Nürburgring, a lot of first-timers don't see that, well, since it's a blind corner, and a lot of them go straight over the grass. Now, and if from here you will walk to the right side or to the opposite direction, and if you know Nürburgring, then you will know that you will eventually end up at Foxhole, my most favorite section of the track. And after that, Schwedenkreuz, Arenberg, no, actually first Arenberg and then Schwedenkreuz. But it's quite a long walk. But if you continue walking in the direction of the track, you will end up at Mesgesfeld and Kallenhardt. Couldn't help it but walk to my most favorite section of the track, the Foxhole. What makes it the most exciting, because all the way from approximately there you go downhill, reaching approximately 250 kilometers an hour into the compression zone, and then going into Adenauer Forst. And well, right now it doesn't look that excited, but wait until you go and drive it yourself one day, which is you technically can do with your own car. Not sure if you're gonna achieve 250 kilometers an hour though, but still, even with a stock car, with an everyday family minivan or something, going 100 kilometers an hour will look pretty damn scary and exciting. And the final spot, or actually spots that I'm going to show you, are the world internet famous Brünnchen and Pflanzgarten. But first, here on the right, ED Tankstelle, the again Nürburgring internet world famous gas station where I also like to get my lunch. And on the left you can actually park and have a sneak peek at Döttingerhöhe, the main street. But anyway, we're going to Brünnchen, and so what you need to keep in mind, you pass the gas station, you continue going straight up until you can turn left, which is actually also the direction to the Autobahn in the direction of Köln and Koblenz, or should I say Cologne in English.
You should say it like full German. Köln.
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 There you go, turning the first left and follow the road up until you see a huge area or the parking possibility on your left hand side.
Pflanzgarten.
Yeah, as you can see, already lots of traffic here for people who do not want to pay €5 for the parking. On the right hand side, they just park next to the road. Pflanzgarten is on the left. Again, also one of my most favorite sections of the track, but most importantly one of the most interesting spectating points, although you don't really see it, but it's one of the few places where cars can come off the ground with their wheels before the first jump of Pflanzgarten 1, followed by Pflanzgarten 2 and Pflanzgarten 3. And before 2016 we also had the Flugplatz, after which they unfortunately evened out the jump. So right now the cars, well, you really have to go really fast and not brake anymore if you want to come off the ground there. But yeah, it's not really Flugplatz anymore, because Flugplatz, like the name translated into English, is like airports taking off place, flying place. But what do you think?
I think it's rather funny that you say come off the ground there. It's like all the Dutch people are gonna go like, we gaan van grond vandaag. They're gonna take this very sexual now.
Yeah.
Van grond gaan.
I think it's actually Belgian, because that's the first time.
Is it Belgian?
Yeah,
is it?
because I really don't know the Dutch.
Right, so all the Flemish guys will go like, oh, Misha is into his sexual thing today.
Okay. So here again on the left, you can see Brünnchen. And then of course, yes, the world and YouTube famous corner Brünnchen, which is famous for mostly YouTube crashes, because a lot of people are here, everyone is with camera, but most importantly, over there is Nick from Auto Addiction. You must know his channel that films all the time here. And yeah, apart from cars, you can also notice bratwurst smell, a lot of other food, because people come here to camp for a couple of days, and most importantly, to enjoy the race. And if you will keep walking in the opposite direction of the track, that way, you will end up at Wippermann, Hohenrain, and eventually at the world famous Carousel. But unfortunately, for that, I don't have time for today. And finally, make sure to visit the heart of all the action, the Nürburgring Grand Prix pit lane. And do I look different? Yes, because as a matter of fact, I needed 2 whole VLAN days to shoot this video. And as you could have seen, I didn't even manage to shoot every single location. So I'm gonna end this video here, let you enjoy some of the amazing pit stops, and let me know in the comments which corner sections you want to see in the next video and how to get there. Well, see you guys in the next vlog. Bye!
Der Mannschaftsmarsch mit der Top-Racing-Mannschaft ist noch Verkehr hat etwas aufgehalten. Der Anfahrt durch die Fahrschreibenpassage ist allerdings jetzt vorbei. Der Spitze gelegen hat und auch immer noch liegt. Andreas Müll und Becky das nächste Auto aus der TCR-Klasse geht an den FEV Racing Seattle. Das ist nicht viel, von ihren Fragen, was da ist, auf den Mann beim Thank you. Schauen wir mal. Das Konzept ist reinkommen. Aber das sieht ja wie gesagt verwirrt. Er hat eigentlich Überschuss. Hohenrain-Schikane, noch keine Attacke. Nur eine Frage Zeit. Da hinten ist der Frikadellen-Porsche drin. 700 hinter dem Mannsheim Porsche. Und den 2000